Hello and welcome to another episode of Let's Drink a Coffee With by Global Mobility at DT. My name is Antonia and today I'm here with Angela. Hi Angela, thank you so much for joining.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. It's a very interesting topic and it's always great to exchange.
Thank you. You are the CIO and Senior Vice President of Business Solutions at Deutsche Telekom, and you have a very impressive career path. What would you say, what skills were especially important and have contributed to your career?
I think that a very interesting part of being mobile, so to say, between countries is the fact that you, become very flexible with how you retain connection to people. So I felt I was pretty much very well prepared for the situation with the pandemic because of this. Um, if you are moving around countries different from the place you're, so to say, original friends are from, or where you came out of university, or your family is, then you always reside on very flexible ways of keeping in touch with them. So you call a lot, you use cameras a lot. So all the digital means become suddenly so important to retain the human relationships. And then you eventually grow into this new self of yours, which is a combination of your physical self and your digital self. Otherwise, you will lose the contact. And I think that's the most interesting thing I learned. And I was kind of ready for the pandemic. It's not that I don't miss the 3D world, as I call it. Of course, you do miss that. But you become very flexible. And the second thing I think is very important is that you learn, if you do all these changes with children, that actually children are far more adjustable than yourself. So yeah, all parents worry way too much. That's the outcome.
I see. That's interesting to hear, actually. You also are a public speaker talking about topics like innovation. What do you like about working in technology and learning about these kind of topics?
Well, I'm essentially driven by technology and science. So I really believe in the force of technology and science being able to really change people's lives. Otherwise, nor would I have studied what I have studied, or would I believe that it can really change a business so significantly, or the way we do things on a daily basis. So that's the most important thing for me. I really think these forces of technology and science are very basic for us humans to improve our lives, and they can make a really step change on a daily basis.
And you are also a woman mentor and trainer for coding, for example. And why do you think mentorship, or do you think mentorship is important? And if yes, why do you think it's important to offer this?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm enhancing it as a concept these last years. Of course, we need to be offering coaching and mentorship possibilities to young women, particularly because they need it. But I also believe in active sponsorship, as I call it. So we need to exchange on a daily basis for difficult situations, and kind of showing how the world behind the scenes looks like to younger women in particular, but also to have the same structure for our peers. I believe strongly in peer mentoring and this mutual exchange among women, or women and men on the same level. It's not only about younger people. Deep diving into what comes behind the scenes is really useful, but especially for women, given the situation with diversity, I think we need to be a bit more active about it and take more ownership. This is why I keep pushing forward the idea of active sponsorship. Women need a kind of advocate behind closed doors. So whenever they're not there, somebody needs to push their interests when nobody is taking care of that. And that is far more than mentoring.
That's true. And that's really important. I agree. I feel like, especially like from my personal experience in school, I once had a teacher who said, he was a teacher in physics, and was saying for him, women don't have to do anything with physics, and I don't know, shouldn't work in it. And I'm from Germany, and we have Angela Merkel, like, who is also, how do you say,
Physicist.
physicist, and it was like very, very old-fashioned. I don't know, very.
I'm sorry, you shouldn't cut that out from the from the interview. You know, it's very important that it touches me a lot because I'm a physicist also,
Yeah,
and
I know.
I wanted to tell you this is it's not only annoying, but it still happens, and we
Yeah,
should call it out.
it's so sad.
Um,
Yeah,
Sometimes we are being pulled out of the STEM topics, and we are being, thrown away. But sometimes we have a lot of so the people are very aggressive to us. And you're not alone. Even as a grown-up woman, as a grown-up woman, I have been doing more than 10 years of operations. I'm what I call hardcore operations. Yeah, so changing in the middle of the night a firewall and things like that in a very competitive male environment. And when I was already ahead level, and I was going after an operations role, the boss of that role told me to my face that I will not survive it because I'm a woman. And that happened 5 years ago, not very, so not 20 years ago. We have this every day.
yeah, that's so sad. And that's true. I like that you're pointing out that yeah, we should raise awareness and talk about it. Thank you. One last question. I always like to ask for advices, and what advice would you give young talents out there who are at the beginning of their careers?
Um, I would like to advise that we still have a very long way to go to reach to a diverse place, and be conscious about it, and don't let it eat you up. Yeah, the thing is, as we go ahead, to offer our support to others who need to be supported, and in that sense we are creating a critical mass. So we need each other. I think that success and moving forward is actually not a one person show. It has to do with how many we are, out of which diversity factor, in which team, and the more we see this collectively, the better the outcome would be. So create connections and create meaningful connections, and move ahead with people telling you where your problem is. So if you're not happy with a reaction, just voice it out and seek support from others. The more you are in a team, the more you can react to something. If you're alone, it's very difficult.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you so much, Angela, for taking your time, for sharing these important messages and thoughts. Really, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Your questions are very interesting.
Thank you so much again. And for you out
Thank
there,
you.
I hope you enjoyed this episode. Check out Global Mobility at DT on Yum. Have a nice day and take care. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Antonia.
Bye.